All doing? So, doing board games today. Picked up 3 board games last week and a half. I don't pick up a ton of them because they take up a lot of space, and I overdid it when I first started reselling. So now I try to keep it under 20 that I have on hand. But if something's worth money, I gotta grab it. So, Roller Coaster Tycoon. This was a huge PC game back in the mid 90s. Everybody that had a PC played it, it seemed. Really fun, like, Sim City style building amusement parks. And I didn't realize they'd way down the road made a board game for it. So it's a Parker Brothers. It's actually like a legitimate release. It's big. It's 16 inches. It's pretty thick, and it has a 20 by 30 inch game board. So, not sure how that works if the box is 16 inches, but must be folded up kind of weird. I don't have space to undo all of this here because of the board, so I'm going to just look into it offline, and I'll let you know what we got. And that's what we got. So, missing quite a few pieces. There's a lot of pieces to this game. There are tokens, pawns, cards, roller coaster pieces, stands. I think the count was around 300 pieces. I am missing about 7. So the game is not complete, and one of the roller coaster pieces is damaged. There's 65 of them for sale, 11 sold. So the fact it's incomplete, I would either have to deeply discount it, or I can part it out. There aren't a ton of parts for this game for sale. So I ended up just doing the parts. It takes up less space. People are more apt to pick it up. And I'm doing $8 plus shipping, which eats the fees. So 8 profit. It was routinely selling for like $25. So that's not what I wanted out of this, but such is life. And the next one I actually intentionally bought for parts. We got Monopoly Deluxe Edition. Now, I will buy any Monopoly under $3. I got this one for 2. The reason being, and especially with Deluxe, you get the game. It doesn't sell all that well in the box. It's super heavy. Shipping is a problem. But if you part them out, you get, well, that's the big one. A little different. So there's several deluxe editions, and they all have different stuff. Well, this is the 98, so one of the things it has the others don't is the deed wheel. I don't quite know why you need it, but you have it, so it's an extra piece. So you can sell the game and make like $8 on it profit, or I can sell the money, the tokens, houses and hotels, the deed wheel, chance and community chest cards, and did I say properties? Anyways, there's 6 things in here you can sell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So with that, you can make like $18 versus 8, and it takes off way less space. So we got our deed wheel. I'll unpack it a little bit. So the cool thing with Deluxe Edition is the money. It's actually like almost a double shot of money. Standard game. The chance cards and stuff are a little different. Everything's like a little nicer. Except I think the property cards are identical. But honestly, the property cards don't really sell. You'll get a few of them. People buy them because, they drop a drink on the table while they're playing. There we go. And then it has, rather than plastic houses and hotels, it has fake wood houses and hotels. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't sound like wood. I don't feel like heating up a needle and seeing what the smell that comes out of it is. That's how you can tell a lot of stuff apart. Do that trick with, if you think you have ivory, if it smells like burning hair, it's ivory. If it smells like plastic, it's plastic. These don't feel like wood. They feel like some kind of composite. And then you list these separate. And you gotta count them, which is kind of a hassle. But either way, they sell okay. This one, I believe, has the 12 tokens. So it's got and the dice, of course. So it's got the traditional 10, and a train, which is not in the original setup, and the money bag, which was a special release in the mid 90s. It was a different edition, had a money bag, so they threw it in there. So yeah. So, you know, none of this stuff's gonna fly out. Like, the money always does well. These are pretty cool tokens sometimes. It doesn't take up much space, though. And as you can see, you get a decent amount of profit off it. The next one, however, could be an absolute banger. So this I have never seen before, but at the thrift store, it caught my eye for a few reasons. And I did a board game show previously where I explained that the 3 things you look for in board games, if you're looking to resell, are games that are collectible, games that are playable, and then games that can be parts for the other 2. And one of the things where you know a game is going to be collectible and short run is anytime somebody's name is in it. If this dude's game, for whatever reason, indie game publishers love to do that, and indie games sell pretty well. They're collectible, and they're usually like Kickstarter games, real short runs. Here and on, this is a 2010 game. I don't know anything about it. We'll open it up here. So it's a strategy card game. And these games tend to be the ones that are collectible and also possibly playable. There are people that are really into strategy card games. So I gotta get the tape off. And I covered this in another video with how to actually do this. Because the trick is the thrift stores love to tape boxes shut so they don't have pieces all over the place at the end of the day, and they can stock the shelves with them, but it can ruin the box. And I have, in fact, ruined some really nice games trying to get tape off. So if you ever have to get tape, packing tape off of a board game box, the way you do it is you get the whole edge up and you pull it completely against itself, like so. And for whatever reason, that won't rip the box, because if you pull it straight up, you will rip the picture off the box. And then when you get to the edge, you carefully lift away, real careful like, and you work it back and forth, and you'll get it off there. And then go back to the against the box pull. There. And I got the tape off. No issues. There, I cut away to do the tape because I understand it was possibly too riveting So I paid $3 for this. All right, so we got big honkin' rule book. Pretty thick. Oops. Got our. No. This is probably a madly complicated game. Yeah, it looks almost like an RPG, like a legitimate Dungeons and Dragons style system. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's really not a... You'd think it was a board game. I think it's more like BattleTech or something. An actual legitimate strategy tabletop game. Yeah. Charts. These are laminated. I don't know if they came this way. I have no idea. That doesn't feel right. I think those were added by the owner at some point. Printed something off online. We have an enormous board game. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to unfold this. I don't think. This is huge. Woof. Yeah, okay. It's big. Looks okay. Looks in good shape. It was played for sure. As you can tell by the board, it usually a new board will crack, make some kind of off-putting noises when you go to open it. We have strategy deck, Washington, another one, different flag pieces, different bags that you would put the pieces in after you played it. So sometimes you get these. I talked about this with, what game was it? Curse of the Temple or some game that I got that was a Kickstarter game. And they'd never even played it. It was actually new in box. And I already sold it, by the way. But people buy these, whether it's just to be part of something or to support somebody or something. And a lot of times these independent games have never been used. This one has, but I think pretty gently. You got a red and a blue die. Got a lot of pieces. Got this odd shaped insert. I'm looking for a table of contents here. Alright, I did find one. So I will go through this and painstakingly figure out if we got this whole thing. So I went through the whole thing and it is absolutely complete. I don't think it's ever actually been played. The cards were still like, cards could be like a bit tacky and they stick together if they've never been shuffled. So somebody bought this and couldn't find a friend that wanted to play with it, play them. Maybe, I don't know. It looks horrible. Honestly, it looks like a really not fun game. But we're not here to have fun. So, $158 for sale. I could call this new in box, basically. It's never been used. It's complete. So, we got around $60 on all of these. Then going up from there, 70. That's a bid. That doesn't count. 55. Complete unpunched. So this is a little nicer than mine, I guess. What are they selling for? So that one's brand new, 60. That I'm not sure if that's the same game. I don't think so. French Indian War, it wouldn't be. Oh, okay, so this was a tabletop game because we have actual tabletop figures. So we got another 60. We got somebody did a bid. That was a bad idea. Another 60. Another 60. So mine is used, and I paid $3 for it. So I am going to sell this for as little as humanly possible. So we do have shipping to think about here. It's going to be a bit over 4 pounds. I'm going to make absolutely sure that I put up the cheapest one. And these are bids, so that doesn't count. Cheapest one is $55. So I'm just going to do, probably going to end up doing 30 plus shipping. I think that makes sense. So not a bad day at the store. $8 spent. I will make $56 profit thereabouts. Once I move these 3, and I really only added 1 board game because the other 2 ended up being parts, so they take up significantly less space. So I'm happy with that. I sold 2 board games last week. Still want to keep around 20. But hey, if you find really nice stuff like this, you really don't have an excuse to pass it up. So 10 times my investment, not bad. So that's it for board games today. I think I'm actually going to do a live stream tomorrow because I'll be home by myself. And I have 2 enormous bags and containers of figures to go through. So that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. Sort stuff out live. People want to talk, they can talk. If not, I'll sort stuff out, figure it out, and then I can plan out the rest of my week based on that. So like and subscribe if you like reseller and vintage board game content. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.